Hello, I'm Brian Anderson, Principal Founder of BA Search Group, and we are delighted you logged on our site today. I'd like to spend a few minutes with you and talk about the three pillars of BA Search Group. But before we get started, I'd like to share just a brief snapshot of my professional background. Prior to launching BA Search Group 6 years ago, I spent a little over 2 decades leading, coaching, and building high-performance teams for 4 different organizations. One of my major job functions was selection, team building, and coaching. Consequently, those became the 3 pillars of BA Search Group. I'd like to start with our search practice and talk with you about my passion regarding selection. I believe every organization needs to focus on hiring the right person. When you have a job order and you match it up seamlessly with a candidate that really aligns with your organization, matches up company culture, matches up personality, talent, experience, and skill set, you're really giving yourselves an opportunity to bring the right fit in from the beginning. I understand the art of selection. One of the biggest differentiators for BA Search Group is I am a certified selection expert. I've been using a very rigorous selection methodology for well over 15 years. I've hired literally thousands of candidates, so I understand firsthand the importance of bringing in the right person the first time. I also understand the cost of a bad hire. Statistically speaking, the average cost of a bad hire today sets an organization back about 18 months. From a time management perspective, it's mission critical that we minimize that as much as possible. Our coaching practice revolves around 2 distinct lines: our candidate and career transition and our client engagement piece. The scenario for the candidate in transition goes like this. You've been employed for 5 or 10 years. You've found yourself displaced for the first time in a half a decade. You need to work with a coach that can work with you on some areas. With BA Search Group, we have a very focused 4-point prong approach. First and foremost, does your resume speak volumes of your strength, talent, and experience? Secondly, do you know how to interview effectively? Third, do you have a very focused marketing campaign? And lastly, do you truly know how to network in today's 2.0 world? On the client engagement side, I partner with organizations that really want to work with a candidate on behavior change. Let me share 2 points with you. I believe every organization, I believe our behavior directly affects everyone in the organization. And I also believe our behavior directly influences our organization's profitability. The typical scenario is an organization hires a high achiever. They come in, they have a level of success for 6, 12, 18 months, and then their performance starts to porpoise. That is the perfect time to engage with an internal coach to really walk alongside that person, really work with them on steering and pointing out and helping them change one aspect of their behavior to get them back on track. Lastly, our consulting practice is geared on 4 platforms. We work with organizations that want to really improve their leadership development, succession planning, building a good selection pipeline, and lastly, adding or building a good sales training program. Now, I will share with you, even though I'm versed in all 4 of those platforms, my passion piece happens to be the building a very good sales training program. As I shared with you earlier, I spent over 2 decades leading high-performance teams, and I had the opportunity to develop and build 2 very successful sales training programs. That said, it goes back to my core philosophy: hire the right people, train them effectively, follow up with consistent coaching. That's a pretty good recipe for success. Well, I appreciate your time. I hope that you will review our entire website. I hope that you'll either call or email me, because I'd love to talk with you and learn about your business, have you learn a little bit more about BA Search Group, and I look forward to chatting with you soon. Again, this is Brian Anderson with BA Search Group. Thank you.